The one we've all been waiting for. You're correct. The one we've been waiting for me to read. Taming 7. Gibsie and Claire. Gibsie and Claire. I'm so ready. I'm so here for it. So ready for it. You guys have no idea. Hello, my fellow book lovers, and welcome back to another Boys of Tommen reading vlog. You guys, obviously I don't know how Taming 7 ends, but clearly I'm only going to be reading this book in this video. And if there ends up being another book attached to Claire and Gibsie, well, I guess we're just going to have to stay tuned because I don't know what I'm going to do if this is left on a cliffhanger, which it probably will be. Probably 100% will be. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So ready? I'm about to be so locked in for this book. Claire and Gibsie have my whole heart. Well, Gibsie has my whole heart. I actually like Claire. I just don't know Claire enough from the series as a whole. Whereas I feel like I know Gibsie a good amount. You know what I mean? I've gotten a good amount of Gibsie. And I'm excited for him. And I love him. And this is what I've been getting through all the first 4 books for. Well, actually, okay, I did read the first 2 for Johnny and Shannon, but literally I got a glimpse of Gibsie in that first one. And I said, oh, I'm ready for that book. So ready. I'm excited to see how this plans out. So excited. So excited. With that being said, let's hop in to the reading vlog. You're hitting me right off the back with this? No, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not prepared as I thought I was. You guys, I have only read the first chapter and I am so down bad. Literally, I only read 1 chapter from Gibsie's point of view. And him describing and talking about how much he loves Claire and how much he cares about her. I've read 1 chapter. I think this book might give me a run for my money. I mean, like I said, I've read 1 chapter of how Gibsie talks about how he feels about Claire and how much he loves her and cares about her. Literally, I totally understand. I totally understand what is going on. Why Gibsie thinks the way he thinks and why things are the way that they are right now. I'm actually shook. Literally, they are meant to be, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Good evening, you guys. It's quite a bit later. I'm sorry if you can hear the air conditioning on. I'm just updating you before I sit in bed and read for the rest of the night, but I wanted to give you a little update because Taming 7, thoroughly enjoying. It's definitely a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. I am currently 31% of the way through the book. And like I said, a little bit different than what I originally thought. We're actually getting a lot of tea. So we're getting a lot of tea. Not anything dramatic though. Not super amount of drama. Obviously they all have their own backstory, their own trauma. Gibsie has a lot of trauma from his childhood that you get right in the beginning of the book, which is stuff we kind of already knew about, but it gets obviously way more explained and in-depth detail. We're also getting a lot of Huey and Lizzie tea, so much tea. I was oh, everybody, yeah, it's all common information that everyone in their friend group kind of knows, and then you as the reader are just finding out. And I was just oh, weird. But yes, we're getting a lot of that tea. We're getting a lot of Gibsie tea from his home life, his past, all his trauma. Obviously we're getting tons of Gibsie and Claire. Love Gibsie and Claire. Okay, I love them together. They're so cute. It's so weird though because they're obviously not together, and you kind of know why they're not together because or at least if you picked up on it from previous books, especially with Gibsie, even now in the book, he talks about why they're essentially not together, but they are together. It's so weird. It's such a weird dynamic because they're literally best friends. They are the ultimate besties and have always been there for each other, and they've always been each other's person. And so it's just so weird because they legitimately have sleepovers every night, and it's crazy because they're just they're just each other's person, and it's so cute, and I absolutely love them so much together. But like I said, we're getting a lot of tea, but we're also getting a lot of basically obviously Claire knows Gibsie better than anybody. So when Gibsie's going through all his stuff, Claire knows which type of Gibsie we're getting, and I kind of love it. So she calls him Gerard and everyone else calls him Gibsie. Gibsie is the person you get throughout all the other 4 books that we've previously had, right? So that's who everybody sees him as, this funny, comedic relief guy. And Gerard is who Claire sees, obviously, always. Gerard is who he truly is and can be his true self when he's with Claire. So when he's puts essentially this mask that he has for everyone else that he puts on as like this funny comedic guy. Claire knows, especially if he's trying to pull that shit with her. She's like, oh, so we're Gibsie now? She literally said that to him. She was like, oh, so this is the mask we're wearing today? And she like puts him in his spot. Also, I also just want to say, because it's very obvious that they're in love, like very, very obvious. And everybody knows it, and they know it too. It's just like weird because like Huey, Claire's older brother, has like this big issue with it, but like they're not harming anyone or each other. Huey has like this, is like always just like, dude, like being like, dude, like stop, like don't do that, like don't say that to her, or like get away from my sister, or like don't, like, you know what I mean, like weird overprotective stuff that like literally doesn't make sense. I'm like, Huey, back off, because it literally doesn't affect you, nor are they harming anything. They're not doing anything. They're literally being like innocent as possible, like literally, like it's just so weird. And Gibsie, like that's his, like Claire's his girl. Like he's like, no, Claire's my girl. Like he'll say like things like that, right? And someone in one of the books said something about her, and he's like, what did you say about my girl? And then he got in like a fight, right? And then so when he's in the principal's office talking about it, Huey's like, she's not your girl, she's my sister. And I'm like, bro, are you dead in the head? How thick is your skull? How many head injuries have you had playing rugby? Because what do you mean that's not his girl? Yes, it is. Like, it's very obvious that it's his girl. I need you to back it the heck up, because who are you? Like, I get it, you're her brother, but like, everyone has eyes. That's clearly Gibsie's girl. So yeah, that's what's going on. The thing with the book is, though, which I have thought about, and this has happened to me a few other times while reading, this is not like this series in particular, but other books that kind of are like interconnected, series like this, where, like the comedic side character, whatever, gets their book finally, right? They get their story. Same thing kind of happened with Henry in Daydream by the Maple Hills series, if you guys have ever read that, when they're like not the same person as they are in the other books. Like, so like obviously as an outside reader, like I kind of explained, like Gibsie has his two like personas, right? When he puts on this mask, right? So we have only ever seen Gibsie. And then when we get Gibsie like as essentially Gerard, like when you see him in Claire's eyes in this book, he's like almost like a completely different person and a completely different character, which always kind of throws me, because I'm like, yeah, I know we're getting this like other perspective of him. It's very weird because like it's not like the character that we know and love. Like he's definitely not the Gibsie I've seen in the other books. Like I said, the same thing happened with Henry in the Maple Hills. Like he was written as like this character to be kind of like just says out of pocket things, he was kind of funny, like this young kid, and then all of a sudden when we get to his book, he's kind of like not as he seems, or like not as he was written in those books, so it kind of like throws you. And it's the same thing that's like kind of happening here. Gibsie's got a lot that goes on in his life, a lot of issues, with his home life, and he doesn't let a lot of people in about that home life. He kind of like puts up this front of like he doesn't want like people to like dive too much into it because it's just too much to deal with or to explain, and like I get it. And then you also get a lot of the drama with you get a lot of the drama with Gibsie and Lizzie, with like kind of went down and what happened with them, even though like nothing really happened with them. And that's why I can understand why a lot of people said that we got a lot of Lizzie, and I have noticed we've already gotten a lot of Lizzie in this book. I guess I'll wait and see for the rest of it. This book is actually not as long. It's only just over 400 pages compared to the other ones that are usually like 500, 600 pages. So like a good chunk less. But I think it's because Claire and Gibsie are getting another book, which I assume, I hope. I obviously don't know how this one ends. So we've gotten a lot of tea. We've gotten a lot of drama, but nothing like that's like, you know what I mean? Like jaw-dropping kind of tea. It's kind of just like things we've already alluded to, things we've kind of already know that are now just confirmed. That's all I had to say and update you on, okay? I'm enjoying it, but it definitely is a lot different tone than what I thought it was going to be. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be, like, super funny, but, like, I don't know. I feel like now being Gibsie's point of view of being, like, legitimately, like, essentially Gerard and not necessarily Gibsie, not like the persona that he puts off that we've always seen. I'm not like laughing as much. Like literally in all the other books, I always laughed when Gibsie kind of came in. He was so funny, and he still is funny, but like understand why he is the way he is. And it's like not as funny in like a good way, kind of, because like it's like because of the pain that he has behind him as to why he kind of comes off this way, and everyone sees him that way. I'm gonna read for the rest of the night, and then tomorrow, I guess, I'll update you at where I'm at, and we'll go from there. Good evening, you guys. It's been a while since the last time I saw you. I am now chapter 36. I am 53% into the book. Some things have gone down. Things that I'm like not understanding as to why they're a part of Claire and Gibsie's story. Like I get it, but I also don't get it because we're getting a lot of Lizzie backstory in these books. And honestly, I don't obviously dislike or hate Lizzie, but she's getting on my last nerve, honestly, for this book, because granted, we don't know the whole story of everything that's going on, but she's blaming Gibsie for something that he had nothing to do with and literally is so mean to him and everybody else because she's in pain or because she's hurting and she's hurt. And it's just so almost inexcusable, like the fact that like their friends are actually just kind of giving her a free pass essentially on it, but she's doing it to like everyone and she's being mean on purpose, especially to Gibsie. Like she's very mean to Gibsie on purpose and like says really horrible mean things to him and things that just that doesn't need to be said. And then she blames Claire because she's like, well, I see how it is, like you're choosing him over me. And it's like, Miss Girl, you're being the problem. That's what it is. Like you're being the actual issue because you are the one who starts the fight every single time. So why is she going to choose your side when you're literally in the wrong? Like you're literally like coming after him for no reason, for nothing. And you're acting like it's his fault for something he had literally nothing to do with. Now, obviously this issue that they're alluding to, Gibsie apparently knows more than what is being let on. So I guess we'll see. But like Lizzie doesn't know that information. So since Lizzie doesn't know that information, she can't possibly blame him for it because she doesn't know it. But she's blaming him for things that he had literally nothing to do with. Things for someone that he is literally not even like related to. It just like baffles me. Like she's getting on my nerves. Some things happened and this is like a really slow progression. Well, okay, I don't know where we're going to end up at the end of this book. I actually have no idea where we're going. Having a good time. Some things happened with Claire and Gibsie. It's like weird because like they keep going back and forth on like everything, especially Gibsie, because like we obviously know how Gibsie feels, but like it's so weird because he's just like, he feels like he taints her if he does anything remotely like romantic towards her. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that to her. I'm like, okay, sir. I'm like, okay, keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Like you'll openly admit it to your brain and your friends. And you even tell her that you love her. Yet you somehow can't get over this bridge of being like, yeah, if I kiss her, like I'll taint her. What? I'm sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean, sir? That doesn't make any sense. You're in love with her and you openly admit that. Whatever. Anyways, I'm going to continue reading because I'm having a good time and I just like love Claire and Gibsie and I just want more of them. And I hope that this book goes the way that I hope it goes. I literally wasn't recording. I literally cannot believe. Oh my god. That's not what I was expecting. Like, I thought something weird was gonna happen with him. But literally, this book is giving me a run for my money. Okay, you guys. Let's see, how far am I in to this book? I am 85% of the way through the book, and like some big things have like happened and like been revealed. Things that I honestly wasn't expecting. Like when you saw me gasping in one of the last clips, I had a suspicion, but it wasn't like what I thought that was gonna be. Like I thought it was gonna be like something totally like in the same realm, but also not having to do with Gibsie, actually, if that makes sense. Like if you've read the book, you know what I mean. But I thought Gibsie was like someone who was on the outside and like knew and like saw. Not that it happened, right? You guys, I was actually shell shocked. Like I was so shell shocked. Like I literally don't want to put this book down ever. Like the thought of not reading or like going to sleep is not appealing. Like I don't want to do anything but read this book. I'm 85% of the way in. Let's see, how many pages do I have left? How many pages? I'm at 383. I have less than 100 pages left. 441. I guess we'll see how it goes, because are they getting a second book? I don't know. At this rate, I cannot tell. And I assume that they are getting a second book just based off of what some other people have been like saying. So I think they're getting, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna read. I will update you if anything jarring happens, okay? I will update you, but I'm gonna lock in and just soak it all up, okay? Claire just found out. She just found out by accident. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. Oh my God. I don't. I feel like so stressed because I understand Claire just found out like this gigantic information by accident through a letter, and like she is just like not on a rampage, it's not the right word, but like she's like, I need to do something about this. But as well as like, this is not her information to tell, and I totally understand, and I totally get it why she's like, I need to do something about this. But like she can't, this is not her information to tell. Like clearly like there's a reason this hasn't been like said, and like oh, I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Claire, Miss Girl, I get it. I really do. I really get it. But shut the up. Claire. I want to scream. Scream! Well, I just finished and I'm like, I don't know if they're getting a second book. Like I could see them not, but I could also see her giving them another one. But obviously like releasing 10 came out, and like that's gonna be like the next step, obviously, which I won't be able to read yet because it's not on Kindle Unlimited, unfortunately. So I will be taking a break from the Boys of Tommen series, unfortunately. But honestly, I think I need the little break because Lizzie, this book especially really got on my nerves. Like I get she also was hurt and whatever, but there was no reason for her to be acting like that always, like throughout all these books. But anyways, I finished it and I literally don't even know what to do. Don't even know what to do with myself. Don't even know what to do. I'm like, wow. I just love Gibsie though. I just love him. I don't know what I want to rate this book. I still have time to think about it. Overall, hands down, love. Okay, I love Claire and Gibsie. The only thing about this book was that it just felt like so many other things were happening
And the story wasn't solely about Claire and Gibsie, if that makes sense. Like the other 2 books, the other 4 books essentially were like literally about each couple, like Johnny and Shannon. Like literally everything was about Johnny and Shannon. And then Joey and Aoife, same thing. Everything was about Joey and Aoife. Whereas I feel like in this one, we just got so much of like other stuff going on, like with Lizzie and Huey. Even more of like, granted, even though this was kind of like building up who Gibsie is and like his backstory, a lot more about like Gibsie's like past life and even a little bit of Claire's, but like not even a lot of Claire. I feel like it was all about like how Claire is so in love with Gibsie and Gibsie's so in love with Claire, but Gibsie has all of this back end stuff that you don't know about until this book that I feel like we were getting. And I feel like in the other 4 books, it was kind of like you learned all of this stuff along the way, where it was like they were a team, like working together to put all these pieces together. Whereas I feel like they kind of just like, it was like a fighting force to kind of get this with Claire and Gibsie, you know? Anyways, I don't know what I'm gonna rate this. I don't know. I will come back to you guys tomorrow when the sun is out and give you my final thoughts and feelings on the book, because I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know. So, yeah.
Hello you guys, I'm weirdly finishing this video in an Airbnb bathroom because it's been weeks since I've actually filmed and done this video. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and like finish it up for Taming 7. I'm at the beach house with my friends right now and they're all like loud. I don't even know if you can hear the music. There's music playing, so I'm in the bathroom trying to film my ending clip on my phone. Everything that I had said previously, like in that last clip, still holds true. Like I still love Gibsie and Claire with all my heart, and I literally cannot wait for a second book because I think they're getting one with the way that it ended. It made it seem like, and then Chloe Walsh also on her Spotify has like 3 books coming out next year, which is crazy. Yeah, everything I said before still holds true. I felt like we were getting a lot of like other things other than Claire and Gibsie, things like that. I on Goodreads ended up giving this book, I think, a 5 stars, but in reality, I think I'm gonna knock it down to like a 4.5 stars. I love this book, don't get me wrong. I love it so much. In comparison to like Johnny and Shannon's book, like it just was all about everyone else and like a lot about Claire and Gibsie, yes, and a lot of their like separate things, but it wasn't Claire and Gibsie, it was like Claire Gibsie. You know what I mean? Also, why did Chloe Walsh have to give Gibsie the worst trauma? Like literally gave him such horrid trauma. I don't understand. I don't get it. But of course, she had to do that to our wonderful, lovable Gibsie, okay? And I am so pissed. I am so pissed. Literally, you saw me. Actually, I don't need to explain it. You saw me how I reacted. It was like a full like 2-minute like section in the video where I'm trying to process the information of what I read. But anyways, yeah, sorry the ending of this video is not as well thought out as the other ones, but I wanted to make this short and sweet for you guys. But yeah, anyways, that is it for this video. I'm excited because we're probably gonna get part 2 for this video, so stay tuned for part 2 in future 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.